let's give life to all the resultant. So may we by our lives give life to all who deserve us. As the brightest reminders of the generation that is here with kindled light, so may we in our own way be among those who kindle light.
Amen.
Oh,
Okay, and we continue on page 138 with Lecha Dodi. 138. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, nekabla, Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, nekabla, Shamor וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד. אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. בואי בשלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה. תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. And we turn to page 142 where we have Shalom Aleichem, and of course there's the extra page with the 2 English verses on it that we'll be singing at the end there. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, B'Emet, Malachei Hamlachim Bakadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem leshalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon, B'Melech, Malachei Hamlachim Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Barchuni leshalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon, B'Melech, Malachei Hamlachim Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Beifem leshalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon, B'Melech, Malachei Hamlachim Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, and to all our friends as well. Welcome, angels on high. Come and join us at our Shabbat table. Share our cup of joy. Come join our singing. Let your spirit soar with us. Together we will rise tonight. When we gather, fellowship and joy abound. Love and peace are filling our hearts. Now, do we have a person who's doing the announcements? Oh, you again. Oh, and that's the one that has all the announcements.
Welcome to Shabbat services at Temple Beth Emet of Burbank. Our services are led by Rabbi Janet Weaver,
Oh, thank you.
and we have our company, our
Musical director.
the more choir accompanied by Vicky. And the mascot band. Okay, what's happening? Okay, so we're collecting food and other donations for CCAT for food. And we have boxes out there to use them. Any donations are appreciated, except for stuff they can use them, and those stuffed animals, and they can't use them. Sure.
Yay! Congratulations to Beth Emet. Okay.
Oh.
For all you at home. Yeah, Tracy just said. Go ahead.
There's donation for food, for not perishable food, and for the bringing to the temple with this command. And for the services. Okay, and we are having our home again, LA dinner on March 3rd, the week of March 7th. And the address will be forthcoming because the choir and anybody else who likes to sing, we're doing a little concert before the services.
No, after actually. On March 20th.
On March 20th, after services, a little concert of music by Jewish composers. So it's really fun.
With a note on Broadway.
And
Isn't that right? Isn't it mostly from Broadway?
Broadway and otherwise.
Okay, okay. Beseder Gomorrah. Oh, there you go.
Anybody who would like to join us, we would love to have you participate. And
Purim is.
March
Ooh,
6th?
that's
Is that a Friday?
no, but we're gonna celebrate it on the Friday after that.
The Friday after that?
I think it's a couple days. Yeah, and I would like to know if anybody would be interested in following, in other words, presenting a Purim spiel that I will bring, and we won't be able to have a rehearsal, but you have to bring your best self there, and then we can all like read it out together. Is that sound interesting to everybody? Yeah, not too long. I'm gonna not make it long. But and that's hilarious. But anyway, we are going to do that. And then, last year we had so many people in costume. It was really amazing. Marley was Queen Esther. I'll bet you're too tall for that now.
My last student, my last student, Erin, was the best Emet I ever seen. Yeah.
Yeah. So, we'll have to see who's going to be here. That's a deal. But you know what? If you want to do that, just come in the Onyx Shabbat and say, "Oh, I'd be willing and able and eager to do that." Okay. Okay. Because this is what it'll take. You'll have the script. You'll read out your part. Okay. But you want to do it with, pizzazz. I like that. Pizzazz. You said it.
And Joanne, also, next Friday, the people who are going to perform on the 20th of March, we have a rehearsal next Friday. There's no Shabbat service here next Friday. Okay, so 6:30 for that rehearsal. So if you've got a song, or you got the music and you want to sing it on the 20th, come next.
I don't think there's anything now. Ira, if you see this, I apologize. Good job, Dave. Yeah,
Thank you, Thank you, Joanne. Okay. And we continue now on, something else? We continue now with the Baruch Hu on page 146. And Marley's going to come up and open the ark and join along for our post-bat mitzvah extravaganza. You can't participate if you stay. Hey. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach Adonai HaMevorach HaMevorach Be'olam ha'ed HaMevorach HaMevorach Be'olam ha'ed. And we continue with the Shema on page 152. Okay. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. And we're going to be seated while Marley closes the ark, and then we'll be continuing with the Ve'ahavta on 154. Oh, yeah, of course. Everybody's singing. Everybody's joining in, but Marley's going to lead. Okay.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיהם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות להם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Okay, thank you, Marley. And Mark has so kindly passed out the new prayer for tonight. Starts with a Hebrew phrase, Ribono Shel Olam. Ribono Shel Olam means ruler of the world. Did you get a copy, Kathy?
Yes.
Oh. Cool. Everyone, Ribono Shel Olam, ruler of all that is good in our world. What has happened? What has changed their minds to create more pain, hunger, hurt, and anger among us, the citizens of our great and noble country? Please, God, in our time of need, there are people who are refresh rules, structure, and long agreed upon norms to convert our land of the free to the home of the oppressed. There are those with the intent to support a small cadre of men who think they are the only ones who deserve a good life, with choices, medical care, education, and even a place to call home. They are stealing our very way of life to ensure their right to rule us, as though we were serfs of old, taking away our very dignity that we hold so dear. Help us to remain vigilant in the face of this inhumanity and blatant bullying of the powerless. Help us to find the power that we do have to combat this onslaught of disregard for your children of faith. We care for the poor and hungry. We care for the sick of heart and the side of justice and all the goodness we have come to rely on from our traditions and customs that we have gleaned from your Torah and our history of overcoming hate and evil intent. We recognize that there are those who intend to push us back to a time when our power was in the hands of a few. We have seen what happens when threats override the good, replacing it with arrogance and disregard. Our world is on the precipice of the death of compassion. There is a growing blindness to the pain of others and an expanding deference to those with wealth and power. Please, God, help us find the strength and fortitude to weather this storm and emerge victorious, creating anew the world that will find favor in your eyes. Amen. And we continue with the very Freiliche mi chamocha. Freiliche means upbeat, Like freilich is happy. Freilicha means imbued with happiness. Okay. And that's Yiddish, just FYI. Okay. And we're on page 158. Yai bye bye bim bim bam bia bye 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 bim bam. Yai bye bye bim bim bam bia bye 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 bim bam. Yai bye 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 bim bam. Yai bye 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 bim bam. Di kamocha bailis Adonai. Di kamocha nedar bakodesh. Norate loto sefelle, norate loto sefelle. Yai bye bim bam, ya bye bim bam. Yai bye bim bam, ya bye bim bam. Yai bye bim bam, ya bye bim bam. Yai bye bim bam, ya bye. Malechutecha rau fanecha, bokei yam livne Moshe u'Miriam. Anu ve'amru Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed. Yai bye bim bam ya bye bim bam. Yai bye bim bam ya bye bim bam. Yai bye ya bye bim bam. Yai bye ya bye bim bam. ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני. גל ישראל. Amen. And we have on page 162, Veshamru. The people of Israel shall keep Shabbat, observing Shabbat throughout the ages as a covenant for all time. Veshamru bnei Yisrael et HaShabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני, את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות שבת לדורותם ברית עולם. Well, as this has been a very eventful week on many, many levels, I'm sure some people have something they want to share briefly with the congregation. Is there anyone? If not, we don't have to. Okay, David, did you? Oh, I'm sorry. I meant Robin. Go ahead.
I just wanted to mention that I have been told that on Sunday, all of the museums in Los Angeles are free. So
Wow.
call in advance so that you can make a little res. I know Sturville for sure. Yeah. And all of the others. So grab your kids or not your kids or whatever and go.
Right. They don't take dogs.
I'm sorry.
No dogs allowed.
I
Well, I'm officiating at a wedding on Sunday.
congratulations.
Yeah, you remember Hillary and Harry? They came here. You didn't know them too well, but they were here on high holidays. And they're getting married out in a beautiful place called the Padua Theater out in Ontario. And yours truly is going to be the officiant. So yeah. Also, since we're talking, I officiated at a conversion this week. Wednesday, we have a wonderful man who is, I'm not sure if he actually joined yet. His name's Frank Love. And he came here with his wife, beautiful wife, Lindsay, two beautiful boys, Jamie and Joey. And Jamie is the 9-year-old who at Yom Kippur asked amazing questions. Do you remember him? He was a little boy sitting right where you are. And he's must be some sort of a genius because he asked a question that no adult would have thought of. I'm telling you, it was very insightful and intellectually incisive, and it was amazing. And this boy is, he's a thoughtful boy, and I'm just hoping that they come more often. And they said they would. So we'll see. Anyway, it was a beautiful and joyous occasion. And Frank did so well at the Beit Din. As a matter of fact, so much so that the other two rabbis that were officiating for the Beit Din, you know what Beit Din is? That is a board of 3 rabbis, and Beit means house of, Din means judgment. So house of judgment. And when a person says, okay, I've studied, I'm ready to immerse myself in the mikveh and become a Jew, before that happens, they get questions from 3 rabbis. And anyway, his answers, again, were so insightful and also went way beyond what they asked. And actually, both rabbis said that they learned from him. Yeah. And they were very complimentary to me for my teaching of him, which I was very, very grateful for. That was amazing. Yeah, that hardly ever happens. No. Yeah. Only more. No, I don't know. It depends on where you're standing, but it's a big, big step. It really is. And I'm so glad that he did it. And I spent the entire year every week with him. And like, for instance, I would teach him a little bit of Sefer Yetzirah. Oh, I bet most of you don't even know that word. That means the book of creation. And it is attributed to our father Abraham. I kid you not. And he wrote it in before Hebrew letters, Sumerian letters, or perhaps cuneiform, because it comes down to us. And anyway, so he decided he was so interested in it because it's very mystical that he got the audiobook and listened to the entire thing, and he uses it as a reference for his life. It's astonishing. He is a Jew inside and out. It's beautiful. So I hope he doesn't mind me saying all of that. I don't think he would. But anyway, you never know, people, but Anyway, Baruch Hashem, it was marvelous. Anybody else? Yes, Vicky?
So, people having thought about our last, what? We thought, the second day of the relegation for Ben, and crazy was the top, and thinking to cat. More kids in the cat, two cops and mom, so we didn't cat, it was small. But we made our day. The next day, Delta, it was about 10, was growing up, doing one of the first kids. And Amy said this was we are total hospital. We have to have attendance to the bus. The next day after our big one day of shooting, wow, I thought it was great for food, but first change. He got home on Monday night, about 3 on Monday. Children's hospital was amazing, like, oh my God. Kids are getting parents of the medicine, they were so amazing. But, because the whole school through, I did it in the life, and that was like scary, but I think it's a plastic.
It's because it's flexible. Yeah.
And she, that's the whole,
No. Nope. No.
Scary when they did keep hands and all kinds of things. It was like it's not thing when you go. The same time in that, very strong. So it's been a very mixed thing. Oh my God. It should have been a everything. And then Zelda, almost the minute she walked up from surgery, Mama, did you finish thinking yet? So every day, are you done yet? Yay.
All right. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, excellent. Shall we sing a little Shalom Rav? That's on page 178. And while Robin's getting that page, the 178, it says, "Grant abundant peace to Israel, your people forever. For you are the sovereign God of all peace. May it be pleasing to you to bless your people Israel in every season and moment with your peace." Yeah, that's good. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. בטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. Okay, and now it's time to put your books down for a moment because we're going to talk about the Torah portion, Teruma. Teruma. From here to the end of the book of Exodus, the Torah describes in painstaking detail and great length the construction of the Mishkan, the first collective house of worship of our people. That's what Mishkan is. Mishkan, you've even seen it in the names of synagogue. Mishkan Tefillah, Mishkan, it means tabernacle, okay? Precise and exacting instructions are given for each item, the tabernacle itself, the frames and drapes, and various objects that it contained, including their dimensions. For example, we read, and this is a quote from our text, make the tabernacle with 10 curtains of finely twisted linen and blue and purple and scarlet yarn. Don't you find that interesting? Was the yarn made out of linen or wool, I wonder? May and I have had discussions about linen and wool and if they are put together or not put together, but here it seems they were, right? Because you don't make yarn out of linen, do you? Oh, you can? Okay, so maybe not. I don't know. Okay, in the Hebrew, you can't tell. You can't tell. It just yarn. With the cherubim, that's the little baby angels, woven into them by a skilled worker. They could have had you. All the curtains are to be the same size, 28 cubits long and 4 cubits wide. You know what a cubit is?
About 17.5 meters.
Wait, show.
From the elbow to the base of the bed.
No, from the elbow to the tip of the finger. The tip of the longest finger.
So that would be 1 cubit.
Yeah. But you might say, oh, but look at David. David's so much bigger than, let's say, May. Okay. And so what's a real cubit? Well, see, at that time, it was like an average man. It definitely wouldn't have been a woman's measurement. I guarantee you. Women weren't considered to be the standard of measurement, as you well know, or the standard of any damn thing I can imagine, right? Except for childbirth. Okay, let's just be honest. It's always best to be honest, because when you start from the truth, you get to the right place. If you start from a lie, you never get to a right place. It's just always bad. Am I wrong? No, I'm right. Thank you very much. I believe in truth. I was raised with truth as you were, and I believe in it, as I wrote in my prayer there. Okay, so it says, make the tabernacle with 10 curtains of finely twisted linen and blue, purple, and scarlet yarn with cherubim woven into them by a skilled worker. All the curtains are to be the same size. Make the curtains of goat hair for the tent over the tabernacle, 11 altogether. Oh, 11, that's unusual. All 11 curtains are to be the same size, 32 cubits long and 4 cubits wide. Make upright frames of acacia wood for the tabernacle. Each frame is to be 10 cubits long and a cubit and a half wide. So you see, the curtain was 30 cubits and the frame was 10. That means it had a lot of folds in it when it was up. And it probably held the sound in as well, I would imagine. The details go on, but why do we need to know how big the tabernacle was? Its primary use was during the wilderness years. Eventually, it was replaced by the temple, a much larger and more significant structure. What then is the eternal significance of the dimensions of this modest, portable construction of the first Mishkan? No physical space, however large, is big enough for God to dwell in. On the other hand, no space is too small. So says Midrash Shemot Rabbah. That's one of the big midrashes. Midrash is another kind of literature that we have, and it means from the text of the Torah, midrash. Okay, from the drash, we get these other things that people have seen as a gap in the story. So they take the phrase, make me a tabernacle, and then they begin to expound on it. Moses said in amazement, "The glory of the Holy One, blessed be he, fills heaven and earth, and yet he commands, make me a tabernacle?" God replied, "Not as you think, do I think. 20 boards on the north, 20 on the south, and 8 in the west are sufficient. Indeed, I will descend and confine my presence even within 1 square cubit." See, God can be as big as the universe or as small as 1 square cubit. Well then, what a difference could it make whether the tabernacle was large or small? Either way, it was a symbol, a focus of the divine presence that is everywhere, wherever human beings open their heart to God. Its dimensions should not matter. There's a book called Just 6 Numbers, subtitled The Deep Forces That Shape the Universe, and it's by an astronomer in England who later became president of the Royal Society of Astronomers, the oldest and most known scientific body in the world. The book explains that the universe is shaped by 6 mathematical constants, which, if they had varied by a millionth or even a trillionth of a degree, would have resulted in no universe, or at least no life in the universe. Had the force of gravity been slightly different, for example, the universe would either have expanded or imploded in such a way as to preclude formation of stars or planets. Had nuclear efficiency been slightly lower, the cosmos would consist only of hydrogen. No life would have emerged at all. Had it been slightly higher, there would have been a rapid stellar evolution and decay, leaving no time for human life or any life to evolve. The combination of improbabilities is immense, immense. Torah commentators, especially the late Nechama Leibowitz, have drawn attention to the way the terminology of the construction of the tabernacle is the same as that used to describe God's creation of the universe. The tabernacle was, in other words, a microcosm of the world that God made, like a tiny reproduction. The fact that the divine presence rested within it was not meant to suggest that God is here and not there, in this place and not that. It was meant just the opposite, to signal powerfully and palpably that God exists throughout the cosmos. It was a man-made structure to mirror and focus attention on the divinely created universe. It was in space what Shabbat is in time, a reminder of creation. The dimensions of the universe are precise, mathematically exact. Had they differed in even the slightest degree, the universe or life would not exist. Only now are scientists beginning to realize how precise even this knowledge will seem rudimentary to future generations. We are on a threshold of a quantum leap in our understanding of the full depth of the words. How many are your works, O God? In wisdom you made them all. That's from Psalm 104. The word wisdom here, as in the many times it occurs in the account of the making of the tabernacle, it means precise, exact craftsmanship. In the other place in the Torah, there is the same emphasis on precise dimensions. Does anybody remember about which thing? Noah's Ark. Noah's Ark, right? And here's the description. Make yourself an ark of cypress wood, not acacia. This time it's cypress. Make rooms in it and coat it with pitch, inside and out. This is how you are to build it. The ark is to be 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, and 30 cubits high. Make a roof for it, leaving below the roof an opening of 1 cubit high all around, like windows. The reason is similar to that in the case of the tabernacle. Noah's Ark symbolized the world in its divinity, Noah's Ark symbolized the world in its divinely constructed order, the order humans had ruined in Noah's time by their violence and corruption. God was about to destroy that world, leaving only Noah, the ark, and what it contained as symbols of the vestige of an order that did remain, on the basis of which God would fashion a new order. Precision matters. Order matters. The misplacement of even a few of the 3.1 billion elements in the human genome can lead to devastating genetic conditions. The famous butterfly effect, you know about that? Yes, everybody knows about that. The beating of a butterfly's wings somewhere may cause a tsunami elsewhere, thousands of miles away. Tell us that a small action can have large consequences. That is the message the tabernacle was intended to convey. God creates order in the natural universe. We are charged with crafting or creating order in the human universe. That means painstaking care in what we say, what we do, and what we must restrain ourselves from doing. Oh, darn. There is a precise choreography to the moral and spiritual life, as there is a precise architecture to the tabernacle or the Mishkan. Being good, specifically being holy, it's not a matter of only acting as the Spirit moves us. It's a matter of aligning ourselves to the will that made the world. Law, structure, precision, of these things the cosmos is made, and without them, it would cease to be. It was to signal or model that the same applies to human behavior. How we conduct ourselves and construct our lives absolutely affects not only our personal experience, but also all those around us, our planet, and the world entire. Amen. And we will continue on page 371. And if Marley doesn't mind, she can come and open the ark. And we want to mention the people that need some healing today. Do you want to mention? Who wants to mention? Okay, May. Craig Feinberg, yes. Linda Deming. Joanne. Zelda. Oh, is she okay? What happened? Okay. Okay. Okay, Marlene is probably in a little pain. Yeah. Okay, Mark, Derek Power, Margaret Rose, and of course, Margaret, we miss her. Margaret, if you're listening, we miss you. Okay, yes. And who else? Okay. And I would like to mention Batsheva, Bat Moshe, Verocholea, Mendel Felix, Ben Chaim Abo, Batsheva, and Shlomo Simcha, Ben Chaim Abo, Batsheva. Anybody else? Three, 7, 1. Mi sheberach Avotenu Mekor habracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishe Imotenu Mikor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. So good. And we turn now to the Aleinu prayer. Aleinu is found on page 586. 586. And it is the second Aleinu paragraph on the page. And then for those of you who don't realize, when we get to Shehu Not Shemaim, it's the next page. When we get to the last little bit, it's the following page. Okay? Okay. Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם בגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוצר הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגבי מרום. הוא אלוהינו אינות, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, Takatu betorato, ve'adata yom, ve'hashevota, elevavecha. Ki Adonai hu Elohim b'shamayim mima'al, ve'al ha'aretz mitachat eino, ve'ne'emar, ve'haya Adonai למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו 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 אחד. And we come now to the mourner's cottage, which is on page 598. And we have one yard site, Dick Fishman. Now, I'm not sure, does anybody know, it says, please add to the list Henry Markowitz. I don't know if that's an old name or a name that's on whatever. Anyway, Henry Markowitz. And then, of course, we have Rosalie Hutter, Alfred Hutter, Seiko Mitchell, Leona Zolman, Heather Donahue, Ron Shankman, Ron Caden, Ronald Ross, Raymond Dreyfus, Elsie Noodleman, Jacqueline Estero, Milton Estero, Matthew Sapper, Andre Lett, Father Charles Mitchell, Bunny Englander, Honey Sampson, Karen Sund, Sarah Hanley, Sarah Schwartzman, John Elsky, Wendy Weinstein, Don Rogers, Terry Lambert, Renee Good, Gabe Lopez, Alex Preddy, and Robert K. Tannenbaum. The mourner's cottage is found on page 598. Any names I didn't mention? Yes. Rosalinda Kolak and Myrtle Ruth Kennedy. May their names be for a blessing. Yes. Roberta Libman. Okay. Any others? Okay. And of course, we say Kaddish for all those who have no one to say Kaddish for them. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabba, ve'alma divrach chirutei ve'amlich malchutei, ve'chayekon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'gala v'zman kari v'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevarach le'alam u'lalmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipoar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. Vitadar vitale vitalal shemei de kudisha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. O se shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru amen. Thank you. Okay, you can close. I'd like to ask God's blessing on you. You may be seated. I'd like to ask God's blessing on you. May God bless you and keep you. Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha. Ken yehi ratzon. May God's light shine on you. May God be gracious to you. Yaher Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. Ken yehi ratzon. And may you feel God's presence within you always, and may you find peace. Yisa Adonai panav elecha ve'asem lecha shalom. Ken yehi ratzon. עושה שלום במרומיו, ויעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ויאמרו אמן. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. שבת שלום.
But we could all take a
You know, when you talk about the linen,
Yeah.
I was thinking of
We want you to go.
a lyric came into my head and I was said, lay me down in sheets of linen. And I'm trying to remember what song that was from a very famous Elton John song that he wrote, Blue Jean Baby. Blue Jean Baby, LA lady. I'm sure you've heard it.
Oh.
Anyway, one of his lyrics go, lay me down in sheets of linen. And his